I root for him the same. Of course, just like I'm sure he'll tell you, we always want to do better than the other person at the long haul. But you know what? I think a big part of it is, for me at least, I want to, when we get done playing, I want him to say, that's the greatest quarterback class of all time. Because, Phillip Rivers, myself, Eli, Matt Schaub. So, so of course you root for the other guys.
Getting closer and closer, New York Giants up against your Pittsburgh Steelers. Allen Robinson, Mark Caboli, I am Justin LeBar. The Steelers starting to gain momentum here in the season. Gentlemen, it's probably the perfect timing because they're going to have their toughest opponent in the Giants coming up this week. Allen Robinson, we heard there a minute ago from Ben Roethlisberger. He talked about Eli Manning. Obviously, he talked about the draft class and how much respect he has for Eli Manning. What is the key into this game for the Giants and or the Steelers?
Well, you need Dick Haley's offense. Dick Haley's offense. Shows you what an old-time Ram. You need Todd Haley's offense.
Good recovery.
Yeah, to be Todd Haley's offense this week. It certainly seems to be clicking on all cylinders now, to paraphrase what Emmanuel Sanders said today. You can tell that even the wide receivers are starting to kind of buy into this now, even though they're not getting the deep shots that they really would like to get. But this is the 1 week you really need to get rid of the ball quick. You need to do something after the catch, as Mike Wallace was talking about today. Multiple players said today, including Heath Miller, Emmanuel Sanders, even Ike Taylor said this is the best front four in pro football, the New York Football Giants. This is a team that's won 6 of the last 7 games. They've won the Super Bowl. They've won, going back to last year, I think let me do the math, it's 10 out of the last 11. But this front four with Justin Tuck and Usi Iwamura and Jason Pierre-Paul, it really is the best in pro football. They're going to try to obviously get Ben Roethlisberger out of the comfort zone he's been in all year, and if the offense can operate at the efficiency that they get against the Redskins, then you keep the ball out of Eli Manning's hands. And then we saw last year, like in the Patriots game, that's how the Steelers do. That's how they beat good teams. Successfully is they keep the ball in Ben's hands and keep it out of the great quarterback's hands for the other team.
And Mark Caboli, the NFC East tour continues for the Steelers. What do you see on this one?
Man, it's going to come down to the secondary. Steelers secondary has played tremendous over the past weeks. Cincinnati game and the Washington game really shut down the receivers. But there's no doubt that the New York Giants present a different type of challenge because they got 3 tremendous receivers with Hakeem Nicks, Victor Cruz, Ramses Barden, all of them out there, Dominic Hickson. That's something the Steelers secondary hasn't really been a part of yet this year. Keenan Lewis has been playing absolutely tremendous. So has Ike Taylor. And we know how much the Giants like to throw the ball. They like to get plays in big chunks. So it's going to be a huge task for that secondary. They're number 1 secondary in the league. And Keenan Lewis and guys reminded us of that in the locker room today. So they're going to have to put that stat up to test this week, and it's not going to be easy because it's going to be against a very good quarterback and a bunch of receivers. We can't even forget about Martellus Bennett, one of the very good pass-catching tight ends. So they're going to have their hands tied. Or I sound like Heinz Ward there. Hands cut out for themselves.
16 interceptions, by the way, for that Giants defense. 24 takeaways lead the National Football League. That's 2 interceptions a game.
Alan, I think last week, I'm putting you on the hot seat, right? I think you picked the Redskins. So your picks are...
No, I
did you pick?
I picked the Steelers.
Did you pick the Redskins?
Oh, I picked the Steelers 24.
One of you picked the Redskins.
No, I picked the Steelers.
Oh, I'm delusional here. All right, well...
No, I did not pick the
All right, well, final call here, Giants Steelers.
Okay,
We'll watch the tape.
This is a tough call. Steelers playing well, Giants playing well. Giants are in their backyard. It's going to kind of be an emotional day up there too. With everything with Hurricane Sandy, it's going to be kind of a relief day for some people up there who've gone through some tough times this week. It's going to be probably a more emotionally charged.
And I think the Hurricane Sandy thing, obviously, I think that's a fair point of. That is an obstacle. That is an obstacle. Sadly, it's in anybody's favor, but it is an obstacle that favors things to Steelers. I said something to you last week, Mark, about the wet field in RG3, the Redskins game, and you said everybody has to play on the same field. Not everybody had to prepare in the same conditions, and that's something I think that needs to be taken into account.
Just think about if that had happened here.
Right, absolutely.
And just think about the motion you would have with the Steelers playing and trying to unite the community. So I'm going to pick Giants 24-18.
Well, you come up with these crazy numbers, don't you? I think it worked last week. You had the 12, I believe, right? I just think the Giants are playing a little bit too good right now. I know they struggled a little bit in the second half against the Cowboys. I mean, you can't expect the Steelers to go into New York and to be able to win like this. I think once again it will be close, but I think this time the Giants pull it out 20-17.
There, hear it. Follow them on Twitter. Mark Caboli, Allen Robinson. I am Justin LeBar. We'll be back with you next week on TribLive.com. Read in the Pittsburgh Tribune Review, and, of course, listen to Trib Live Radio whenever you can.